This mythology, saga and sound system we talk about. The sound system means that it's one sound who actually tell all the story, and when we have been figuring out that sound, we can think the story all ourselves, so we don't need anybody who teach it. It's only to find one system, how it works. And to make it more clear, the whole thing, we can see this ball where we stay on, and we can divide this ball in one top, one north pole, and one south pole. So actually we have the pole and the ball. The top of the pole is one ringland, and in this ringland is this Aasen. The Aas people live inside in the ringland Uudenmaa, on the top of the ball around the pole. So the pole is the middle point of the ringland Uudenmaa. Now the ringland, we can also put it in something called hexagram. And hexagram we see very often in the bathroom, where you can see the floor is made in hexagram, so all these pieces is falling together. When you make rings and put all the rings together, there always become one space between the rings, but when you make it in hexagram, the all pieces fall together. So that means that we have one hexagram in the top of the planet. Around this hexagram we have 6 other hexagram who fall in the corners in the middle hexagram. That means we call the middle ringland Uudenmaa, and around the middle ringland we have 6 other ringlands. Outside of these 6 other ringlands we have again ringlands who fit in the hexagram. That means that whole this ball was divided like one football today, but also the leather pieces very usually are cut in the hexagram, who make that what normal football today looks like the hexagram ball. This ball we live on was divided in. Inside in Uudenmaa is living the Aas people, and outside of the ringland Uudenmaa live the Vaan people. So we divide these 2 languages from the paradise time in 2. We have the Aas language and we have the Vaan language outside of Uudenmaa. The whole mythology is based on this pole, and the pole is also much symbolic. From the pole come the sperm, from the pole come the life, so we can call it the life water, and we can call it also the wise water, where the life comes from. Now, the Aas language was one original language, what is the base on this sound system, and the sound system is 9 clear sound we have in our brain. We have A, E, I, U, I, A, E, I, U, I, O, Ä, Ö. A, E, I, E, A, E, I, E, A, U, I, U, I, U, I, O, Ä, Ö, Ö, Ä, O. So they are 9 together, A, E, I, U, I, O, Ä, Ö. The rest of the sounds is combined usually with E. And E is the big oak tree, the symbolic tree over all sperm what exists. It's one tree called the oak tree with the ollon, the fruit of the oak tree. So actually every man has the ollon, what is the fruit of the oak tree. And from this oak tree everybody born, all girls and boys. So we can see it in one enormous sperm tree we are all coming from. Yeah? And that's the A sound. So we have A, E, I, U, I, O, A, Ö, and combination with E we have B. What is B and E? C. What is S, E, C? A, B, C. D. It's D and E. D. D. A, B, C, D, E. It's A by itself, the sound A. So A, E, between A, E, we have A, B, C, D, E, and A is this oak tree by itself. After we come to A, F. And in F, the A is on the other side. A, B, C, D, E, F. So now the A is on the other side, if you compare it to the A's from before in B, C, and D. A and F. And after we come to G, it's G, A, G, A, and this A is also in G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. After we have from H to K, no A. H, E, J, K. There is no A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K. And after we come again to one A, U, L. A, M, M. A, M, N. And U. And U is one of these clear sounds, of course. So we have A, E, I, U, U, I, O, A, Ö. So we go again A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, U, P, E, E, P. And now we come without A is K and U, Q, Q, Q. And after we come to A, R, R, A, R, 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 E, S, E, S, S, T, E, T, E, T, E, T. It's one clear sound. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. And from U we have V, V and E, V. And V is the end of the ring, because we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, A, B, C, D, or V, I, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, I, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, I. But outside of this ring we have X, Y, C, Ta, O, A, Ö. So from there we can see we have a natural sound who is combined with 9 clear sound, combined with A, what is the oak tree, and we have from H to K no A, but also Q and R is without A. So in the natural sound the A is very important. Now all these sounds has associations in root. And we start with A, and A is ukko, akka, and asar. No, to go we must anyway know that we have Ukko, Akka, Lemminkäinen, Joutsen, Seppo, Maija, Sampo and Aino. And they are the 8 powers what exist in the mythology. So the mythology has ideal figures, and these ideal figures are based on 8. Ukko, Akka, Lemminkäinen, Joutsen, Seppo, Maija, Sampo, Aino. Yeah? So only these 8 figures is building up all this enormous system. This 8 figure has also in root other names. They are Gubben, Gumman, Balder, Svanen, alltså Ers, Maj, Frej, Freja. So Sampo Aino is Frej, Freja, Ers, Maj is Seppo, Maija, Balder, Svan is Lemminkäinen, Joutsen, and Gubbe, Gumma is Ukko, Akka. So we have exact 8 names for the root in the As speaking group, and the same 8 power for the Van people. And the Van people is just this Ukko, Akka, Lemminkäinen, Joutsen, Seppo, Maija, Sampo, and Aino. And now the A go for Ukko, Akka. So the highest woman is A, and the highest man is A, and the highest Aser in paradise time was also marked with the A. After we come to B, B is Borg. Bo, R, G. Bo, R, G, Borg. B is also Ekensborg, because B is B and E is the Ek, so it becomes Ekensborg. B. B means also that you are as king in root. I can be something, and I can be somebody bring something, or I can be somebody tell something. So B means also that you ask somebody for something. Borg. B. A, B, and after we come to C. And C is the C sound. C means share Ra. You share the Ra, you divide the Ra in the C. So the C sound is C and E, what becomes Ekens C. And from there come also C, Pu, the Seppo, the king. C, Pu, Odens påle, Pu. Yeah? A, B, C, D means the D. And D means actually when one child is taking milk from the mother, this child is D, the mother. So D means the same like sucking. You suck the milk, you D the milk. But D is also the dag, what means the light. A, B, C, D. A, Aser, B, Borg, C, Kära, D, dag, E, Ek. And Ek is this enormous sperm tree, the oak tree where all people born from. It's Ek in Hindi, number 1. And Ekmons is the Tammi ku in Van language. Tammi means oak tree in Van language. So is the oak tree month is the first month, the Ek month, the Ek month, the E. A, B, C, D, E. And after we come to F, and F is the frö, the seed, and it's very large, the F. F is Frej, Freja. Freja means the first boy and girl. They all come from F, from the frö. So frö also means seed, and F also means sperm, where everybody born from. From the E, F, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And G means the grund. So ground is giving, because G is also Ekens grund, G, and G is the ground, grund. G, grund. A, aser, B, borg, C, skära, D, dag, E, ek, F, frö, G, grund, H, hell. And hell is the center of Odenma, hell is the center of the Ringland, hell is the center of the pole, and the pole is Valhalla. Hell has 7 hills with 7 temples, hell has 7 islands, hell is usually divided into 7, what means actually the number of hell and Oden. Hell. A, aser, B, borg, C, skära, D, dag, E, ek, F, frö, G, grund, H, hell, I, it's actually the prick of Lemminkainen, and the point on the E is the North Star. Now every man has also one E, and from the E come the children. The E is very high. E is also many times female is using the E, example in the Porkana. So E is very large, and from the E come the North Star, and the North Star is the what people born from. So the E you can see as one prick, and the spot on this prick is the E. Yeah? A, aser, B, borg, C, skära, D, dag, E, ek, F, frö, G, grund, H, hell, I, J, jarlar, J. And jarlar is from the 3 caste inside in the ringlands outside of Odenma. The jarlar is the highest caste. J. And J means also Jiva, Jivare, Givande, or J means also giving. Jag ger, giva, giva is in the sound, has to do with giving thing. J, but it's jarlar, and jarlar was giving. The highest caste was giving. A, aser, B, borg, C, skära, D, dag, E, ek, frö, G, grund, H, hell, I, J, jarlar, K, kar, lar. And kar, lar is the middle caste of the 3 castes in the ringlands. And we have kar, kvinnor, and kar, men. So it's one caste with men and kvinnor, women and men are kar. And kar caste are the middle caste of the 3. A, aser, B, borg, C, skära, D, dag, E, ek, F, frö, G, grund, H, hell, I, J, jarlar, K, karlar, L, lag. L means one lag where many people are together, like one football lag. So it means one team, and also lag means the law, what we are creating in one team, one lag, law and logic. So these 3 lag, law, lag, logik, or logiskt lag has to do with the sound L, and you find it in many, many combinations. It's very strange very often, this L, but when you go through it many times, you come in the end to one picture what this L means in the thinking, in the brain. Aser beborg se kära de dag ek f frö ge grund h hell I j jarlar k karlar l lag m måne. And måne means the moon. Måne. It's called ku in van. Ku, odenskarar, ku, måne, moon. And the queen and king is representing the moon, mun. Ku, måne, måne. Aser beborg se kära de dag eke fröge grund h hell I j jarlar k karlar l lag m måne en nordkärnan en nordkärnan. N means the North Star, and from the North Star children is born. Aser beborg se kära de dag Aser beborg se kära de dag ek f fröge grund h hell I j jarlar k karlar l lag m måne en nordkärnan Oden. And Oden is the highest sound O, and O is one ring. So when you see one ring, you actually can see the O sound in that ring mark, but today you very often can see also the O, so it's always to turn it in the brain and see if it probably has been O or U before, because in U and O they've been changing much in the system we have today from the ring U sound. U is Oden, U is the sun, and Oden is also the lightning, Oden is the fire, Oden is the sperm, and Oden is also the gold who reflect the light of the sun. So Oden is the sun, Oden is the lightning from the thunder, Oden is the fire, and Oden is the sperm where everybody born from, and also gold who is reflecting the light of Oden without to be dark or lofty or anything. So the gold material is very important as a symbolic material whose reflection of sun is reflected by the gold. Aser beborg se kära de dag ek f fröge grund h hell I j jarlar k karlar l lag m måne n nordkärnan Oden p Polen. And Polen is the North Pole, is the pole where the sperm come from, and Ekens pole you find in many combinations, and this pole has also for the female very important part. Very often we men see the pole that we have the pole, but P in the sound system has exactly the same meaning also for the female, to be the P Ekens pole or pole. Aser beborg se kära de dag eke fröge grund h hell I j jarlar k karlar l lage måne en nordkärnan Oden p Polen Q kvadrat. And Q has to do with the kvinna. The queen is always written with Q, and it's one ring with one pole in the middle with one shadow, and that's the mark of the Q. Aser beborg de dag Aser beborg se kära de dag eke fröge grund h hell I, J jarlar, K karlar, L lag, M måne, N nordstjärnan, O oden, P Polen, Q kvadrat, R ra. And ra is in the sperm, but ra is also in the mahla. A, Asher, B, Borg, C, Kära, D, Dag, E, Eke, Frö, G, Grund, H, Hell, I, J, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, O, Oden, P, Polen, Q, kvadrat, R, Ra. In Ra, the Ä sound is the female, and R sound is the masculine. In R, but both means Ra. So Ä is actually also Ra in that way, like R is the masculine Ra. A, Serbi, Borsi, Kära, D, Dag, Eke, Frö, G, Grund, H, Hell, I, J, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, Oden, P, Polen, Q, kvadrat, R, Ra, S, solen. And solen is the sun who give all these strålar for us, and solen is also Oden, but S is different than O because it's two sound. But both are solen. So means the mouth, and le means the smile. So means the mouth, and le means the smile. So solen means one smiling mouth. A, Serbi, Borg, C, Kära, D, Dag, Eke, Frö, G, Grund, H, Hell, I, J, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, O, Oden, P, Polen, Q, kvadrat, R, Ra, S, solen, T, Tor. And Tor's symbol is the heart, and you have heart, friends, and whole Tor. We was divided in Tor before, 2 women Tor, 2 men Tor par, and Tor par I. And we have an whole cast, the car cast, called Torpari still today in Finnish, from this old Tor, the heart. A, Serbi, Borg, C, Kära, D, Dag, Eke, Frö, G, Grund, H, Hell, I, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, O, Oden, P, Polen, Q, kvadrat, R, Ra, S, solen, T, Tor, U, ursprung. And ursprung means the original. Something ursprung is one fontaine, example, it's whole symbolic of and ursprung is actually the origin of the first psh. We can see the Freya born from the ursprung. Example. Yeah. A, Serbi, Borg, C, Kära, D, Dag, Eke, Frö, G, Grund, H, Hell, I, J, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, O, Oden, P, Polen, Q, kvadrat, R, Ra, S, solen, T, Tor, U, ursprung, and that was the end, and after come X, and X means that it belongs to the oak tree. It's X, it belongs to the oak tree. Y is the female tree, the all living tree of all life, and it's called Yggdrasil. And Y is most female, because it's all living tree, and the life anyway come out from the womb in this Yggdrasil tree. Yeah? X, Y, and C, ta, means that you take the C. And it has one deeper meaning, C, ta, seta. And O is masculine, O is one A with one moon, Ä is feminine, Ä is one A with 2 points, and Ö is both feminine and masculine, and it's one U with 2 points. So the whole alphabet is one stav skrift, one skrift of stav and circle. So you start with A is 2 stav and one middle stav. B is one stav with two half-circle parts. C is one half-circle. D is one stav with one half-circle. And like that, the whole this alphabet you can divide in stav, skrift, who come out from the stav, and they're part of circles. And that's the masculine way of writing. But the female way is called slinga, S-linga, slinga. And it means that when something slinga is the female way of writing, when the masculine is writing this style. So there is even two writing systems, one for the masculine and one for the feminine. But of course we can use each other's writing system. No problem. So this is this alphabet, and it makes one story. I asernas borg, se dagen, ekens frös grund häll, I jarlarnas karlarnas lag, månen, Nordstjärnan, Oden, Polen, kvadraten, ras, sol, tor, ursprunget svanar I asernas borg. Borg, se dagen, ekens frös grund häll, I jarlarnas karlarnas lag, månen, Nordstjärnan, Oden, Polen, kvadraten, ras, sol, tor, ursprunget svanar I asernas borg, etc., etc. So inside in the sound system is one association system that we can say poo, and poo means Odens pole, because P is pole and O is O. So when you say poo, so together become Odens pole. Poo means also in one language one tree, like one living tree, one poo. We have su, what means the mouth, in one language, su. And su is Odens sol, because O is Oden and S is sol, so su together become Odens sol. So we have po, su. Now we can take ku, and ku means moon in one language, ku, but it's Odens karar, because O is Oden and ko is karar, so from Odens karar. Now from H to K is no E, and that means actually that you offer from K up to hell in the offer system what was existing in the paradise time. Piruet, roos et, jarl et, kar et, trail et. Et means number one in root, and et means also your family tree. Today, one et means the family. So one et has also always one head of the et today. But Piruet, Roset, Jarlet, Karlet, Trelet is before ice time, and there we have Oden, Ma in the middle of the pole, and inside we have Piruet and Roset. And outside of Oden, Ma we have Jarl et, Kar et, and Trail et. The whole mythology has this 8 power, but from them 6 are more important at the moment for the breeding system, and that means we have one figure called Lemminkäinen. And Lemminkäinen, he has one lem, and with this lem means his prick, what he makes children with, is the lem, and I is the I. What lem and I actually is the same. Lem I-N is the North Star, lem I-N, Lemminkäinen, N-A-N, Lemminkäinen is the breeder. So he is the symbol of the van father symbol, Lemminkäinen. Lemminkäinen is taking the most beauty and healthy woman from the van woman, and she become the S-van, the swan. And swan is called Joutsen in Van language. So we have Lemminkäinen Joutsen. When Lemminkäinen become 27 years, he get the title Lemminkäinen, and he take the most beauty and healthy one woman, and she become the Joutsen. And Joutsen getting from Lemminkäinen's sperm 7 daughters and 12 boys. The first daughter, who become 27 years old, she representing the moon, and the first son, who become 27 years, he representing the moon. The first son and first daughter get the name Seppo and Maija, Seppo, Maija. So Seppo and Maija is the first daughter and first son, who become 27 years old from the children of the Joutsen, the swan, who get the children from the sperm of Lemminkäinen. Now, from the first son, we have 10 boys called 10, tin, ti, u. 10, tin, ti, u. All these sounds is included in these 10 boys between Seppo Ilmarinen and the new Lemminkäinen, who, when he become 27, the 12th son, he become Lemminkäinen, and Lemminkäinen taking the Joutsen, Joutsen getting 12 sons and 7 daughters, the first daughter representing moon, the first son representing moon, but Lemminkäinen is representing the sun. So the sun has to do with children making. Yeah? When we get one new Lemminkäinen, the Lemminkäinen from before become Ukko, and when we get one new swan, one new Joutsen, the new become the swan, we get one new Akka. So Akka has been Joutsen before, but when Akka's 12th son become 27, Joutsen become the Akka. Same with Lemminkäinen, when his first son is 12th son is 27, Lemminkäinen become Ukko. So Ukko and Akka is actually the grandfather and the grandmother symbol. Then Lemminkäinen and Joutsen are the father and mother symbol. And Seppo Maija is the king and the queen. They are representing Ku, and Ku is Udens karar, K and U. Ku means the moon, Måne, what represented by Seppo and Maija, by Ers and Maj. Now Seppo is Asar and Maija is Tar. The women are Tar in the Van language. So Seppo is Ku, Ning, As. Ku, Ning, As, Seppo Ilmarinen, and Ku, Ning, A, Tar, Maija. Ku, Ning, A, Ukko, Akka, Asar, and Tar, Kuningatar, Maija, and Ku, Ning, As, Seppo, Seppo and Maija representing the Ku, the moon, Måne. Måne in root, moon in English, and Ku in Van language. So now Lemminkäinen is the father symbol. But Lemminkäinen doesn't make only children with his swan, he make also children with one woman called Di-sa. And Di means is dog or is Di, and Sa means asana sol, and Sa means also get. So Di-sa means that she get Di in 30 days before the man put in the sperm. This Disa, she get from Lemminkäinen's sperm daughters or sons. If the boy become big as a breeder, a children maker, he become one Ra-bi in one ring land. Here, bee, we have bees also. The bee go from the flower to flower and drink nectar. And he has a ra, so he is a ra bee. And ra bee we call in Van language ma herra. Ma herra. So every ringland outside of Udenma has one ma herra. Every ringland outside of Udenma has one ra bee. And Rabi and Maherra is same person, and both is born from Lemminkäinen's sperm. Yeah. Now, in all ringlands around the planet, where is no water, of course, but where is land, in the ringlands is jarl ett, kar ett, träl ett. And now the Rabi is making the jarl woman pregnant, coming out jarl girls and jarl boys. The jarl men is making the kar woman pregnant, coming out kar girls and kar boys. And the kar men is making the träl woman pregnant and coming out träl girls and träl boys. And the träl men was not allowed to make children, so all träls in the paradis ett time, pa asnas pole, ra asnas ra, paradi isdag es paradis ett, piruet, ruset, jarlet, kalet, trälet. So every träl could say my father is kar. Every kar could say my father is jarl. Every jarl could say my father is Rabi Maherra. And every Rabi Maherra could say I am born from Lemminkäinen's sperm. And when Lemminkäinen become Ukko, everybody could say he come from Ukko's sperm, because Ukko could say that his son are these Rabis in the ringlands, and the Rabis could say that the Jarls are my sons, and the Jarls could say the Kars are my son, and the Kar could say the Träl are my son. So in the sperm system, in this mythology shows that he had one all-father based on the sperm system, that he really was the father to all people on the planet, the man on the North Pole, according to the Väinämöinen mythology from this sound system. And that become piruet, ruset. Piruet is all the people who is born from one swan. Ruset is all the who born from one disa. Jarlet, the born from one Rabi, actually, and one Karet, Trälet. So in this sperm system is only the sperm who tell. Yeah. Now in the children making system, we had the system that the 13th of December is the loose Lucia dag, Lucia day, Sant Lucia, Sant means true. Lucia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. It's one song from the Paradise Time. '13th of December, all women who was in turn to be mothers had to see one dream. one dream of one hill where one woman dressed in one white dress with blue belt, with 7 candles in her crown. And all women who seen that dream, who was in turn to be models, they could say in the morning, I saw the dream. But if they didn't want to be models, even when they was in turn, they only said, I didn't see the dream. This is actually one of the most nicest parts in all this story, isn't it? This dream. And it's the only dream what exists. The real woman who seen the dream, she had to choose the man who make her pregnant. And that's the day we call 24 in 12. The sun had to do with children making. And it's the sun's birthday, the day 25 in the morning. 24, 25 in the morning in 12 is the day when the woman is choosing the man who will make her pregnant 6 months later on, the 24 in 6, 6, kuusi, pine tree, gran träd. 24 in 6. But before 24 in 6 we have 24 in 12 when the woman is choosing the man who stay on one pedestal. One pedestal, what we can see the statues today standing still in parks all over the planet. Before the men had to stay there and the woman had to choose one quality man to be the father of the child. Uh, 24 in 5 start the hun I mun. Hun means female, I is the I, and mun means the same like one sol, uden sol, mun, moon, mun. So hun I mun means that the man is serving 30 days his sperm to her, and now the sperm go in her stomach. From the stomach the sperm go to the blood, and the blood is pumped by the pump around in her body, and when this blood who insists this sperm passing her egg, it's prepare her egg to take the sperm when the man put in it. So the man was serving 30 days between 24 in 5 to 24 in 6 when the man was putting in the sperm. And that situation the woman went on one field with green grass and many flowers, and they count all these 7 flowers together and they put them under the head, and they was waiting for the man to come to put in the sperm who had been giving to drinking 30 days before. 24 in 6. And after all the children born, same time, in 1 week's time. So all the women could take care about this year's children together. And that was the children making in paradis et time. The system of pirouette, rousset, jalet, karet, trelet is actually from the paradis et time. So to find it, it's to go more than 50 million years back in the history of this planet. 50 million, 10,008 years ago, happened that the pole was changing the position, and the whole galaxy system in the universe was changing. And in this changing, we get 10 tropical races more. Before we had only one race, one ras, one root u, one root u, one rotu one root U, U become O, come rotu, and rotu means the, in one language, the race. So we had only one race in the paradise at time, because all these race come from Ukko's sperm. We had one offer system. But maybe to understand the offer system better, we have to go to one hill in Finland today called Pelivuori. And ky means in one language every man has one ky, so the ky is also the E. And peli means when the man take out the sperm, it's peli. So ky peli means that he is making one peli with his ky and ended up that the sperm is coming out. That's called ky peli, and vuori means the hill. And inside in ky peli vuori is Lemminkäisen temppeli. Temppeli. And Lemminkäisen temple has one use up to 987 in the history up to date. 987 there was closing the Lemminkäisen temple. And Lemminkäisen temple has a function because the man had to give 30 days to drink to the woman before he put in the sperm. But Lemminkäinen is making children with all the disas. And now if all the disas should have been drinking from Lemminkäinen, they should have been drinking him completely empty. So now one rabbi in one of these ringlands, he get the big honor to come to Ky Pelivuori, and there in one divan. Di means same like sucking, saking, asana soul king, sucking, in one divan. And divan is one furniture. Yeah. Who has one side more up than the other. So now this rabbi, he is drinking in this temple from Lemminkäinen. And now his brain, this rabbi, is insist the sperm of Lemminkäinen. And now the rabbi give the disa 30 days to drink. And after 30 days drinking from this disa is bringing to one island outside of hell called Bocklandet. And there on Bocklandet are all these disor who already has been drinking 30 days. And the next island from Bocklandet is one island called Freyskär. Freyskär. And Freyskär has one hill called Bock Hill, and on the Bock Hill is one tower. And in this tower is Lemminkäinen. And now he look out from his tower over the channel to the Bocklandet, and there he can look at all these girls who already been drinking 30 days. And after he has to go over the channel and take one of them and bring that girl to the tower and make her pregnant. And after he had to look out from the window for the next one. So to be one Lemminkäinen is not really one ideal if you take to a boy today to have such a job. It must have been quite heavy to have that obligation in the life. But now we find out what was one temppeli. Peli is when you take out the sperm, and pär is the highest. Pär is ukko, pär. tempär ra, and we can get tur. So we have tempeli. So tempeli means drinking sperm place. Yeah. Now we had before something called car, and car we can divide in two groups. By the men we have the saga and the man who is not saga. The man who is one car, he is one children maker. But the saga doesn't are in the children making system. He is the small little car who never become one children maker. He become one saga. So the saga is that man who was not enough quality to be one breeder. He become one saga. Yeah. Now, in the car, ne, vav. Car means car, ne means ekens nordkärna. Ne is en is nordkärna and e is ek. So ne is ekens nordkärna. Car ne and val. Val means election. You can have President val. Car ne val. Car ekens nordkärna val. Car ekens nordkärna val. Car ne val. In the carnival, all the trail, the lowest caste, the Pirotruset call trail et. So the trail et is dancing in the carnival. So all these boys, now I take the boy side, all the boys is dancing in the carnival, and the say man, he is looking at the boys who is dancing. And now the say is choosing 50 of these dancing boys. Straight away, when this one of these 50 has been chosen by the say, all his friend is giving him to drink their sperm. So now in the end of the carnival, this trail, this lower caste man, he is offering in one offer lund, in one ri lehto. Ri lehto. Uhri lehto offer lund. The trail people is offering to the saga their sperm. Yeah? Now the saga is offering in the ka belly. And ka means asarnas karar. Ka. Asarnas karar. Ka and belly. Kappeli. So now the car, the saga, is offering to the jarl his sperm in one ka, asanas karar, belly, in one kappeli. And the jarlar is offering in one belly to the rabbi. Now the rabbi has been drinking from his jarl in his temple hill, and every ringland has one temple hill, and every ringland has many kappeli and many offerlund uhri lehto. And in that way the lowest caste has been offering to the middle caste, and the middle caste has been offering to the highest caste, the jarl, and the jarl is offering to the rabbi, and the rabbi is coming home to Udenmaa, and he go over the Veräjämäen silta, the Grindbacka bro, and Grindbacka bro is the border between east and west Udenmaa. Now the rabbi is coming down to hell with 7 hill and 7 temple. And in the 7 hill, in the seventh temple is this 10, tin, tiu, the 10 boys between the first and the 12th. And now this 10, tin, tiu in the sju, hell, I, ga, bergen. Sju, hell, I, ga, bergen. De 7 heliga bergen i hell. Now, all these rabbis who come from the ringlands in the paradise time, they are offering their sperm to the 10 boys of Ukko in the 7th temple in hell. And after that, they are offering to their father Ukko in Valhalla. Now Ukko's father has been drinking the sperm from his tentin tiu. The tentin tiu has been drinking the sperm from the rabbis all over the planet. And all the rabbis has at home in their ringland been drinking from the jarls in the tempeli. And the jarls has been drinking from the car in the car belly. And the car has been drinking from the tree in the offer lund, where they offered their sperm. In paradis et tai. Ra and Ra's race and root U, rotu. Root means the root, and the root of U is root U, and U become O, so come rotu. And rotu in Finnish means race. 50,010,008 years ago, when this axle shift and the whole thing changed, we get now 10 tropical races and 1 arctical race. And this happened 50,010,008 years ago. That means that the top of the planet become covered by ice, like one kalot, one hat, white hat on gold. And the Gulf Stream made it so it could exist one Outlandish period where inside in the ice was staying the pirouette, rousette family. But outside of the ice become 10 different king. And now we come to the king system. Because when in this original system the family has 1 breeder and 1 king and 1 queen. The breeder by itself, he is the father, but the king and queen is not father and mother. In this principle that if you have own children, you are completely different to your surrounding than if you have no children by yourself. So still up to 1950s in Finland, the teacher had no right to have children because in that case she concentrated on her own children. But now if she don't have own children, she give all the feeling to the people around her, the others' children. So before in paradise time we had 1 who was the king of the family and 1 who was the breeder of the family. But when we come after paradise time to the 10 different tropical kings, they are without different breeder and king. It means the same person is king and breeder. And from them we have the Pi king. And Pi means Uden, Pi means the circle, Pi means ispåle. And from ispåle come the sperm. So Pi king is the king of Peking, what we call China today. This Chinese king, he was also allfather to all his people, who has these special eyes, who we still today can see from the people of Peking. And the Peking people has also 1 different prick head, the man. Then the next one is the Narkasun people, who is in Hindistan. And there is where we are now. And best to take it out, they are all 10 exactly the same, but that means that Narkasul, he is the king by himself, he is the Rama. Narkasul, he take one beauty and healthy woman, and she becomes Sita. And Si is the sound of children making, or children. Se is the offering sound, which Si is the children making sound. So Sita, she take the Si, and Sita is the female for Rama, Rama Sita, what means Narkasul with his crown prince mother. So it became one et where the first son always inherited the father's head when the head died. That's the king system. So the first son of Narkasul become crown prince or throne follower. When the second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. all become Ma, Ha, Ra, Di, and A. Maha means that they have the Ma. Maha means that the Maharaja have the Ma, Maha, and he has also the Ra, Mahara. And Di is when you take out it, Maharadi and A. So the Maharadiya, the Maharaja, is the son of Narkasul. The Maharaja is the same, like one Rabbi. The Maharaja's son is called Radiya, because they have no Ma. So they are only Radiya, Radiya, Raja. And the Raja's children are Kar. And the Kar's children are Ga-ti, means giving tea. Ga, Asnas grund, and Ti is stor, Gati. And the Gati's father is the Kar. The Kar's father is the Raja. And the Raja's father is the Maharaja. And the Maharaja's father is the Narkasul. Narkasul, he has his center in Pu, S-Kar. Puskar. Pu is Udenspole, where the sperm comes from Udenspole, Pu. S is the sun, and Kar, because from Ho to Ko. Kar. Pu, S, Kar, in Hin, Di, Stan. And we have Hin Gode and Hin Unde. And Hin Di, and we probably offer for Hin. Maybe Hin Hole, or Hin Gode, or Hin Di, Stan. Stan means center. We can also walk into the Stan still today in the north, where this language comes from. So Hin Di Stan is the Stan, the center, where the Di, the Hin. So also an offer system has been existing, according to sound system here. The Gati people was meeting each other in the Offerlund and offered to the Kar, and the Kar is going to the Kapeli here and offer to the Raja, and the Raja is going and offering for the Maharaja, and the Maharajas is going home to Pu S Kar, to Hin Di Stan, and offering for Narkasul's brain. Now we have 10 different of these Narkasul. One is Peking, one is Narkasul, one is Sultan, one is Suleiman. So we come 10 different tropical races of people who are arctical, tropical people, 10 tropical races with the theory, the system of Narkasul, Maharaja, Raja, Kar, and Gati. Paradise at time started 50,010,008 years ago. So we get 10 tropical races. with 10 tropical prickheads of the men's. So if you go in the sauna with one Chinese, you can see his build completely different. His hut on the Ollon is completely different than one from Hindustan. And if you go to see one Turkish guy in his trousers, he looks completely different than one Necros. So we can figure out in the history these races from the prickhead of these men, because they are different. Now inside in alt land is. Alt means old, land means land, and is means the ice. Alt land is per I ord. Altland is period. Is one uden thing. It's the arctical word. The arctical word started with the ice who become one kalot on the top of the planet, and in same time we get one gulf, like the golf ball today. One stream who go through the English Channel to the Gulf of Norway, Oslo, and down to Germany and reborn into the Gulf of Finland. And in this Gulf of Finland, this Gulf stream started to make one rosette of hot water, who create one hole in the ice, and possibly for us people to stay in 50 million years without to have any contact with the 10 tropical races. We arctical people, we created with our blue and green eyes, with our blonde hair, in one period of 50 million inside in the ice, where the fire for us became number one. The fire has always been number one, is one part of Uden, because with fire we can heat up water, and with hot water we can take out the mahla from the leaf. And without the mahla from the leaf we couldn't exist in the paradise time. So without fire we couldn't take out the mahla. So of course fire is number one. And especially inside in the Altlandis, the fire become the one. And there we get one house called Sav, U, P, R, and T. Savupirti. And Savupirti is one square box with one hole in the roof, one hole in the wall, and one door. And in the middle of this room is the fireplace, the herd, hemmets herd. And around this fire we was living, and we started to grow because we get one new kind of nature gift called pine tree. And the pine tree is dying by itself after 300 years or 200 years, and every time one pine tree die, its leave little bit earth, jord here. Because this planet was before only bedrock, sand and water, but later on this jord has been arriving when the tree is dying or the leaf is falling down, it come more of this And now we could be viljelia. We could grow the inside in Altland is period. When the paradise time we was eating only fruit, and have bread we must have been having the seed of the bread, but not so much as we had to create in one cold climate inside in the Altlandis. We get the domestic animals, the klövdjur, the pig, the sheep, the cow, the chicken, and they are all arctical animals. Because today you can put up one chicken, one cow, one pig and one sheep in the arctical Lapinmaa today, and there is 30 degree cold in the winter, and in the spring if this animal still is there, they are all arctical. But if you put one giraffe there, he will die for sure. So you are sure that giraffe is tropical. Now this domestic animal is made for us to eat, what was completely new thing here in this. They never heard about such a thing in the tropical. So to eat meat, it has been created in one period of Outlandese. The Outlandese period was going on in 50 million, and after 50 million years, 10,008 years ago, the Gulf Stream had been eating on the Norwegian coast. So now when the North Sea become opened, and when the North Sea and the fastland opened 10,008 years ago, the whole ice started to roll, and it rolled and took all these stones with them, so they become round stones called hiden kirnu in Van language, jättegrytor in Root language. When all these stones rolled with this mass of ice over Outlandese, smashed it, and all the stones go to Estonia, and on Estonia is still all these round stones from that what happened 10,008 years ago. But 10,008 years ago, Raphael and Sarah, with the 7 daughters and 7 sons, had gone to Bockland. And Bockland is today called Gotland, Goatland, with Lummelunda grottor, and inside in Lummelunda, there these people could go with their domestic animal and their seed. And from there start the story about 1,000-year period of when we was living in Gotland and Öland, we Arctical people. And from 9,008 years ago, Ukko-Akka, Lemminkäinen Joutsen, Seppo Maija is moving back to Uudenmaa, to the new building called Raasepuri, what was ready for the winter, because it was winter castle, what still exists in Finland, who was ready already 9,008 years ago, when the 9,008 years ago, when the family was moving back to Uudenmaa. But same time, 2 boys, one called Sven and the other one called Dan, they moved over to the west, and Sven he became king in Uppsala, and Dan he became king at Julland. And this king and queen has the same system as the 10 tropical races. The first son of Sven become crown prince. The second, third, fourth, fifth become hertig. Hertig av Norrmannaland, hertig av Södermannaland, hertig av Östgötaland, etc., etc. And every hertig, what is the son from the king's sperm, get one hertigdöme. In the hertigdöme, this hertig is making the jarl woman pregnant, coming out jarl boys and jarl girls. The jarl men is making the Carl woman pregnant, coming out Carl girls and Carl boys. And the Carl men is making the trail woman pregnant and coming out trail girls and trail boys. Exactly in the same system, with the same language as from Uudenmaa. Referred over with Sven and Dan, who become like svenskarar and danskarar with the language from Uudenmaa, who created 112 system language outside of Uudenmaa. The 10 system language is the Vaner, living from Torneo to the border of China, Peking, to the border of Narkasul, and to the border of Sultan. This is the Sultan, Narkasul, and Peking are the border to the Piruet, Ruset, Jarlet, Karlet, and Trelet people after the ice time. When Sven and Dan is going to the west and creating very quickly the island group outside of Norway to be one culture. With the Arctical people, with the same language root as the root language we communicate on this tape at the moment, it's a language called English, Enrique language, what is created outside of Norway on one island group about 9,000 years ago. That's the people from Sven. The people from Dan become the Middle Europe. So the Middle Europe people is mostly with blue and green eyes, Arctical people, original from Outlandese, going out to Bockland, Öland, become Sven and Dan sperm lines with king and hertig and hertigdömen with jarlet, karlet and trelet. Same in Sven and Dan, going out to the west and populating also with the same system the island group outside of Norway with two kings, one from the line of Sven and one from the Dan, who also is making children. Now two different children maker kings existed on the islands outside of Norway. Now, when you see this, that we have now 3 Arctica, et, and 10 tropical, et. Now all the tropical 10 has different prick head, and also the 3 Arctical has different. So if I go in sauna in Russia, we look exactly the same, this mushroom form. But if you go here, it's one spool form. It's completely different. So from there, I can go in one sauna with British people and I can look and see one of them coming from Sven, other one coming from Dan, and I come from myself. The year 862, one man called Rurik created one et more called Linga et. The et from Sven in Uppsala was called Ynglinga et. And 862 Ynglinga et divided in one sideline called Linga et. With king system, 862. The year 987, Godarike Rusland became Greek Orthodox, with the head, the Sultan in Constantinople as the head. With the written system, the same as going out from Rome, who 1008, the Swedish king, became crowned by the bishop. And that result was that the trail people making children with the trail people, the car people making children with the car people, and the yard people making children with the yard people. And with the religion, this whole old heathen system of Allfather was away. 987 in Russia and 1008 in Sweden. But up to 1050 in Finland, we had one Allfather. We had one man who could say, I am the father to all the Finnish people who live between Tornio River and the Vane River Neva. Up to 1050 in Finnish history. We was the last. 1050 we become attacked 24/7, 1050 by one Swiss army led, planned by the Pope. And they destroyed Udenmaa 1050 and Sepoimaja, Ukoakka, they escaped to one place called Korvatunturi. And in Korvatunturi they become very, very famous because they go around with one sled with 8 reindeers. And he was the father Krist, Mess, Baba, Natal. Babu means father. Père means also father, like Père Noël in France. And Diet Maros in Russia. This man, this Ukko, in this mythology, he is the man with the red and white top hat, who everybody knows going around with 8 reindeers in Lapinmaa, who get over 500,000 letters every year from people on the planet sending to him. He is the Allfather from Freya. He is the main figure, and still he is the most pictured figure on the planet. I think that we have been having one beautiful world before with this woman who could give order to the men, and the men was doing all this beauty. And in that way it created. With the woman, she had the home, she had the representing the Sarasvat. And in that way she created this right the right to give order to the men to create flow. And from there come all these flowers and everything, because if you have some men around you and you want to make nice there because you need flowers, of course it comes flowers. And when we lost this, we have no woman at all anymore. Because today, if you see this person who lives his life in his little box on the balcony, and after that he goes to his daily home with his Mickey Mouse pictures on the wall, and this woman doing something in the corner, making some socks. And when it's raining, they are lifting them up in their plastic dresses. And after they go to school, and the same school, before they had girls' schools and boys' schools, they had kids and what was without children, so she was giving everything to the children she was teaching for. So one teacher had not even right to be model. And the woman teacher was teaching the women to be women, and men teaching was usually in the boys' school, making them to be men. And of course this mathematics and everything, the business become on the men's side. So in the end, when everything become money, the money created that the woman wanted to have same education as the man and do the same. So now they took over the man's side in the democracy and get the right to do the men thing. Before the woman had their thing to do and the men had their thing to do, and they need each other very much, of course. If the woman had their thing to do and the men had their thing to do in the system, they would need each other because they did different things. But today we've been creating that we only do like one side, and the female side doesn't exist. I mean, Finland has already 45% of all women are transvestites. Symboliek. Symboliek. Symbolisera. Symbolisoida. It sounds to be something old. Of course, we can say the symbol of the big sperm tree, we find that to be very symbolical, of course, that we have all sperm on the planet, this one oak tree. And this oak tree has all the all the brickheads of all the men on the planet. So these become the oak tree. And in that way we can also understand it as a big tree, and we could also offer from the lowest caste up to the brain. So in one concentrate of all people on the planet, he had anyway been drink. So what kind of water in the end he really drink there in the paradise time? Who was anyway one concentrate of all people's sperm on the planet. But now outside of the sperm we have the mahla. And mahla is saga. S, A, and V. Saga. In Finland you can put one E more and you get one saavi. And that's one place you put water in today, in one saag. So it's one place for water. But saag is inside in the leaf. And leaf means also life. Now we have two kinds of leaf. We have one leaf called blood and the other leaf called löv. And löv is så lövtunn, så lövtinn. that the sun strålar go through the leaf, and now the strålar of the sun go also through the liquid inside in the leaf, livmoder. What is that in one language? Livmoder.
Pohtu.
Once more.
Pohtu.
More.
Pohtu.
Kohtu. So kohtu is livmoder. Now, sav, S-A-V, is one liquid you can take out only with fire. And you can put this sav in one vase for the sav, or one sav in the vase. In one language called vase, vasi, in root vase, and in English vase. So vase is for the sav. We have in Sweden something called vas-a-kärven, what was used in the Gustav III time. Vas-a-kärven, what means the same like one bunch of straw with a seed. Vas. So sav has one contact with the straw larva from the sun, and also the straw larva go on one frö, and the frö come up one grud, and the grud come one straw, and the seed, the frö, from the straw end, the fröhus, the fröhouse, is making new frö to put down one frö, come up one grud, and the sun strålar is making this grud to be one straw, and the straw has one head, the seed. So in the straw, we have also one straw bock, what is the symbol of lemminkäinen. The straw bock, the olki pukki in one language, is the symbol of lemminkäinen Balder, the straw. He is also representing the sun, like Ukko and Akka. So sav, vas. And sav and vas is also called, sav is called ma, ho and la. Ma is asanas mone, what has to do with Maya. Ma, asanas mone. And then ma ha, asanas hell. Ma ha, ma ha, mah, la, asanas lag. Together team. Ma ho, a, la, mahla. So is a and ho is hell, and akka is a. And now mahla is also the wetness inside in the female, who is very, very important. And I take it the story only because I want to take it, that we men has one hammar of Thor, one Thor's hammar. And the woman has one klitor, I-S, who become O, come clitoris. And that's one word that exists in every language on the planet, that they have not been changing. They can have some nickname for it in some language, but usually it's clitoris. There's such an inside name they have not been changing. Our Thor's hammer is changed in every language, but the clitoris is the same if you ask one Chinese or one Red Indian from America. They have inside same thing. And this is the most sensitive part of the woman, like the neck of the man, and the neck rose, and from the rose comes the sperm. So the neck is the sensitive part of the man, and the clitor, es, kli means that you scratch. And you scratch the tour, and the E can also be porkana. The E can be anyway that would make the scratching to make the effect to become wet. And this wet, there could also be offered for akka. And in that way it must have to do something with the female brain also. Otherwise there is no motivation. And now if you see that Ukko, in the symbolic, he has one crown with 3 oak leaves in his ring. He has one ring around his head, like hat, with 3 oak leaves. So he is the oak's crown. Ukko has the crown of the oak, because the oak tree is all sperm on the planet, and he has all these sperms crown with oak leaf. So in that way the crown is one symbolic thing. You can also of course make one of gold and put it on the head, but the crown is to understand as one crown of one tree. The same like se puu also has one crown, the crown of se puu, Udenspåle se. And in that way also Maya should be crowned. And she is offering for her mother Akka. In the same way as Seppo is offering for his father Ukko. In this offering system. So it should be exactly equal how the system has gone. And in this ma-ho, L-A, says the whole thing. It means the female wetness, the mahava, not only the livmoder, löv, strålar through the löv, because Seppo has lagerkrans, and lager is blood. So he has nothing to do with the mahava at all. Seppo. That show it because they put one krans of lager who has no mahava, that he has nothing to do with the mahava at all. Seppo. It's only Maya who has the mahava. Otherwise they shouldn't have these 2 leaves, löv och blood, so separate. We have another language group who go from Ars, hell. So we have Ars, hell. Hell is the center of Udenma, and they live the Ars. So there is Ars, hell with the Ars language, who is one 12 system language, when the Van language is one 10 system language. Now from the Ars, hell, to hell Ars, is going one me, ri, di, an line. Me ekensmåne, ri, is, ra, me, ri, di, is, di, meridian line. And on the other side of this meridian line comes one culture called Hellas, with the center of Creta. Now Creta has East and West Creta in same way as we have East and West Udenma. And East and West Udenma is also the line who go up to the North Pole down and through East-West Creta up to East-West Udenma. So that was the old meridian line before it became removed to England 1675. It became Greenwich outside of London. So this line was crossing Udenma before and crossing also Creta the center of Hellas, so Hellas to Ashel and Ashel to Hellas. And now they make there one architecture who later on become Pompeii. So Pompeii is built in Hellas classical architecture. And in that way, this Hellas language come to be one Roman-based language called Latin. So when Jupiter is going over to Rome and Zeus is going over to Istanbul, Jupiter, from there come St. Peter's Church with the writing system, who went out when before the old system was broke, they make one writing system where the Pope in Rome is writing one letter every week, duplicated by his monks, is sent to all archbishops on the planet. The archbishop is duplicating the letter from Pope and sending it to the all bishops. And the bishop send it to the vicar and the vicar to the priest. And in Finland from 1500 up to 1523 we had to listening, or 27 we had to listening to the Pope's letter every week in the church. So it was like 10 o'clock news at that time. The people who had right to go to the church could hear one letter who had been written in Rome, gone up to from the bishop to the from archbishop, bishop, vicar to the priest. And this language was Latin. So all the priests had to learn the Latin to could translate in their own brain to Finnish language for the Finnish people to listen. And all other people outside of the caste of the Pope was killed who could write and read. So Shakespeare could never have been existing in 1400. He could first exist in 1500. Because if he should have been living in 1400, they should have been killing him as one person who can write and read outside of the church caste. So in that way the church make one monopoly of writing and reading, who make one enormous interest in Finland to every Sunday go to church and listening from the last news, from the international news from Rome. And now in this Latin is existing also word who is based on root from Ashel, who gone down to Hellas. From Hellas it has gone to the Latin language and came back in one written form to Finland. Not absolute, but many parts it's straight root what we present today in a form of Latin. When we see that Zeus and Jupiter go out, and both of them is making written system. From Jupiter comes St. Peter Church in Rome, and from Zeus come Hagia Sophia in Turkey. From Hagia Sophia it's one written system who go out to the all Greek Orthodox people on the planet, who also become Russia over 987. And Sweden from 1008. They introduce this writing system, who make houses on the countryside to be centers as before in the church, the QRQ, kyrkuun. Ky means the prick, and we have altar I, everybody take I, altari in the church, and everybody take I, altar I. But in this eating must be also the female wetness thing, because it must have one comparisons with the bock, with the kar root or mur root or bock. The whole E association, in all this offer system and things like that, because it's so much inside this E in also the female thing. The men always see their own machine and the spot of the whole thing. But in the associations in this system also the E is very important for the woman, and also of course children born from the E. So in the language thing we can see that the language we speak, the English today, it go out from root, go over actually Norway to one island system outside of Norway. And from this language, these English people has been spreading it out all over the planet. So today we can sit here and speak English together. What is actually one fantastic gift from the English people who could give it to all the people on the planet, so we can sit anywhere and speak English. And English is also based on pure root sound via Sven and Dan to England. Sa, u, na, su, el, mun. Sa, u, na. Sa, asnas, sul. U, uden. Sa, u, na. Asnas, nordstjärna. Sa, asnas, sul. U, uden. Na. Asnas, nordstjärna. Sa, u, na. Sauna, solmu means for the men where from 7 years they made themselves in one knot. So in that way they can practice with themselves. Is the most egg you can come to. Now, saunasolmu is something what the men have naturally inside in themselves. You can see small boys who already like babies can nearly be in one knot. And you can also see it in circus, that always the man is going and doing one knot, when the woman is turning her backwards and taking up the rose with her mouth. I think when the woman is turning herself backward that she is opening herself in some way. Maybe in the offer system. This we have to go more deep to. I know how you offer for the king in the system of offering, but we must have also one female part who how you offering for the queen. And the masculine part is, we have one puu, udens pole, di is di, ursprungets måne. Puu, udens pole, di is di, ursprungets måne, podium. Podium has 3 steps up. First A, and, ra, tred, je. First A, and, ra, tred, je. Se, podium. Yeah? Over the podium is one baldachin, one round baldachin. From the round baldachin is hanging down one dra per I. When the drapery is down, the whole podium with the drapery and the baldachin is one Q R, one kur. Q is uden skarar and R is ra, one kur. So one kur is something you can be inside, but you can look out from the kur through the hole in the drapery. Inside in the kur is one true, what means believe. And when you put the North Star after the true, you come to one tron and one tronstol. And in the middle of the podium, under the baldakin, inside of the draperi, is one tronstol with one fotpall. Now the king is sitting on his throne, and the boy who offering, he is going to stand on the fotpall. So he is in the right position to offer his sperm to the king. This is 100% in the sound system, with podium, först A, andra, tredje, tro, en, nordstjärna, stol, fotpall, baldakin, draperi, dra i hand. When the man take out in the sperm, he said, dra i hand, and it came out, draperi, and you offer also for per. And they have still these two tofsar. So when you take down the tofsar, the draperi go down, so they in one completely two people make this offer thing by themselves. And when the offer thing is over, they only pull the draperi, it go up and everybody can see the background of the draperi, the baldakin, the tronstol and the pall, or the fotstol. Vid 1, 2, 3, först A, andra, tredje, or 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. E ra, se, pu, ri, tu, na. Tu, na. 1, na, 2, na. 1, 2, 3. 1, piruet, ruuset, jaalet, kaalet, treelet. 1, 2, na, tuna, kullen, tuna. Snapper, tuna, tuna sjön. Kaasberget, ra, se, pu, ri, rasepuri. Tu, na, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, först A, andra, tredje. In that way the sound system is telling exact the offering system how it was based on the sound. So it must be the same on the female side. When they are changing sperm, the men, they go in one baldakin bed with 4 pillows, who has one baldakin and draperi. Same kind of bed as they also make children in. One baldakin bed was for children making. Up to a few generations ago, you had the baldakin bed up on the attic, and when it was time to make children, they took it down and they make all these things. You can still see it here in India, where these beds is existing, who was made for to make children, but not in the daily sleeping, only for such a nice ceremony. Ceremony. Yeah, who is kvinna? And kvinna has to do with mathematics. And if you see in the nature, it was the woman who had to count how much the men had to grow for them to get food on the table. So we men, we had not so much need of mathematics. Also the stars was handled by the woman. When one man makes children, his first child who born from his sperm get 1 star in 1 star system. We have different Milky Way or what they are all called. So the first child who born from the sperm get the first star, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the sixth, etc., etc. So now this boy from his sperm born maybe 5 girls or 6 boys. So they all was in that star system. So we could go out and look stars before, and you could look your own star because you could see it between your sister and brother's star. Example. You could also look your grandmother's star, your grandfather's star, your uncles, your aunts, your sisters, your brothers. So in that way we looked it in form of one almanacca. Somebody died from the family, we could see it in the star, because there was anyway one star still there with that person between had been dying. Also when the children born, it was the woman who put out the date and the time when the child came out. For that there's known about this old crystal ball. The crystal ball is one crystal. And crystal is very funny because crystal mottagare means one radio of one crystal. So the crystal by itself is one natural phenomenon. You can even make the first radio with one crystal, and it's only the crystal and some other thing, and you can listen to music with no electricity. So that proves anyway that this sound waves, what we have today, is one natural thing used already in the crystal, with the crystal. The crystal ball has one prisma, and the prisma is one thing inside in the crystal. The prisma is dividing the light. So in around the prisma they make this crystal to be completely round, like one round ball, and in the middle of this round ball is the prisma. Now this prisma is dividing the light. So in the night they could go in one dark room when the child had been born, and with one candle light, when the light go through this ball, come into this prisma, the light is divided like the stars. So now in this division of these lights going out from the prisma, they could see in what way in the astrology this child was born. In Finland, we have in the summertime light day and night. So in Finland, the sun's light is nearly 24 hours, giving the light to the people who live up there. And the opposite, in the winter time, we have no light. Only 2 hours a day we can see to read. The rest we must use electricity. If we see that this light in the mythology is very high, And if we see to the Nordic mythology, we have number one is the sun. And the strålar from the sun means the rays who is giving out the light. So we have light here on the planet. So this light was coming from Oden, what we call it in the north. And this Oden, this sun, give light for us via the strålar. Number two of light is the light of the thunder, what we call salama in Finland. And from this salama also coming one light with strålar. And in the north we can't live without fire, because fire gives us the heat and the light. So in the north we can understand that fire belongs to number one. Now the sun strålar is coming down here to our planet and become taken by what we call blood and löv. We have tree, we have leaf tree, and leaf tree means lövträd. Löv is the leaf and träd is the träd. But we have another leaf called blad, lagerblad, example. And lagerblad is so thick, so the sun strålar doesn't go through the lagerblad, but the sun strålar go through the löv tunn, livtinn löv. Löve means the lion in German language. Now we have also one löv with 7 points. It's not only 7, but it's always painted with 7. The ganga leaf, the marijuana leaf, or what we call the hampu leaf, or hampu leaf. Leaf, hampu leaf, or hamp. We have two languages in the north, and one of them, these two Finnish languages, is called hamp, and in the other one called hampu. These two words is the key actually to this thing. Inside in the hampu leaf is something we call mahla, what is the wetness, the damp wetness inside in the löv, in the leaf. And this wetness is coming from the ground, through the root, through the stem, through the branch, up into the leaf. And when the sun strålar go through the leaf, this mahla get contact with Oden, with the strålar of Oden. And in that way we are smoking it in one pee-poo. Pee-poo means in English pipe. The people on the island group outside of Norway, the English people who live there, they call it pipe. I Odenmaa, the center or administrative center of Finland, we call it pa. But in the Van language, what is the key language for this language, they call it pi and pu. Pu is one material. We can have oak pu, we can have birch pu. So pu means tree as material. So from pu we can do all kind of things. We can have pu furniture, we can have one pu bed, and we can have pu floor. Now the pi means one circle. Pi is one circle in the mathematics, and pi is also the association with one round circle. And when you have the round circle and the material pu, wood, tree, so become one round wood thing with one circle. This pi pu we call ham pu pi pu, hampu pi pu. And hampu pi pu has always the hole in the bottom. So is the round ring, the circle, of wood of pu with one hole in the bottom, from where it go out something we called snugi in Finland, means this little bit in one S formed when you put that and take the smoke. We have two kind of pi pu in Finland. We have one called ukko pi pu and one called tupa akka pi pu. The tupa akka pi pu has the hole from the side, like most of the mice pipe we have today. They are all female, because the hole is from the side. Is same thing, one circle, one pi, the material pu, but now the hole is coming from the side, so that become one tupa akka pi pu. And the masculine pipe has the hole in the bottom, and is called ukko pi pu. These two names come from the Finnish mythology. We have ukko and akka, and we have Lemminkäinen and Joutsen and Seppo and Maija in our mythology, and from the highest of them is ukko and akka, where the word tupa akka pi pu and ukko pi pu come from. Now we are smoking this tupa akka pi pu and the ukko pi pu for the highest man and the highest woman in our mythology. If we compare it to Hindi and mythology, we can also see it here in India, that here the Hindi people is smoking for Shiva. And Shiva is also the highest. We don't know anything about Parvati pipes in India, but what we smoke for Shiva is called chilum, sielum. And it has also the hole in the bottom, where we take the smoke from, in the same principle as the ukko pi pu in Finland, and in the same hole in the bottom is also the chilum. The effect of this sun strålar gone through leaf of that tree is that when we smoke in the smoke, it go in our lungs, and from the lung it go into the blood, and when the pump is pumping around the blood is passing the brain. And when the blood is passing the brain, the blood use this nature thing as petrol for the brain. We can see it in all smoking also with people who smoke cigarettes, that when they meet each other and want to speak, they need a little bit petrol for the brain, and they put one cigarette on. We can see people who smoke BD, especially people who is in the handicraft, how between they have been doing something and want to realize how they make the next step in their work, they must take one BD between. One petrol for the brain. If we see in Finland, we have something called Alderman Preses, is the president of the older men. And in hundreds of years, we have 12 aldermen and one alderman Preses. And all of them had the tradition to smoke for ukko before the decision. And if we compare here in Hindustan, in India, and we know that the Maharajas before, who was really respected the nature from years behind, also smoked their hubble bubble before they made their decision. To respect the nature, when we smoke one pipe or one chillum, is 100% nature, the whole thing. And sometimes we question if charas is one drug or not. And in the principle, we can see that if we take the example, one grape, and also this fruit grape has been gone through the stroller from the sun and become one very good taste on the fruit. From the grape we can make wine, and inside in the wine is alcohol, and this alcohol in the wine is pure nature. But if we take separate the alcohol and we serve the alcohol, this is called concentrated nature. So in my country we are doing from potatoes and all kind of seed also alcohol, but it's different than this made from the grape who become the wine. And the wine has natural alcohol, but if we distillate this and we take out the alcohol and we serve it in alcohol, it's concentrated nature. Now we can also see that we had before mushrooms what was also made in the same way as the female was taking out their mahla from the leaf, who also the sun stroller had gone through. We have many stories from before how the woman was respecting the mahla from inside of the leaf, the löv. And from the fire we can heat up water to boiling point, would also make the fire to be a very high respected nature gift for us people. Nobody else is using the fire, only we people get good from fire. And the goodness is that we can heat up the water and we can put in the leaf with the mala inside. And when this leaf come in contact with the hot water, the mala is going out from the leaf into the water. And after you can throw away the leaf without mala. And this we called te or tea. Special female it was very important before this tea or te. It was produced and made in beautiful cups, and samovar who was shining of beautiful metal, in silver, even golden samovar existed in the north, to make the tea service, beauty and aesthetic. The tea is going in the stomach, And from the stomach, the power from the tea go into blood. And when the pump is pumping around the blood pass the brain, and the brain is using the mala from the leaf, from the tea, as petrol for the brain. In same way, we could also use different mushrooms. We have mushrooms called Karl Johan mushroom, who've been getting the form from the word Karl and Johan. And the mushroom Karl Johan we can eat, but we have many we can't eat. We can only put them in hot water heated up by fire. Put them in the water, and the power from the mushroom is going into the water, and you can throw away the mushroom and drink the water. The water go in your stomach to your blood, and the pump is pumping your blood, and the blood is passing your brain, and the brain is taking in this power as petrol for the brain. There is many things in the nature what really was made for us to use and understand, what we today has been starting to use every day, like alcohol. From the mushroom, we can today concentrate the same power as from the mushroom, and they can make one pill. And this pill is concentrated nature and can be classified in the same as alcohol. The pill, the powder, the tablet are all nature, but they are all concentrated nature comparisons with alcohol, who is served as alcohol, not from the grape, who the stroller of the sun had got through. In Finland, we have been living around the fire in the winters before we get the central heating. And we was living in something called savupirtti, what means smoke pot. House where the fire is in the middle and the hole in the roof and one hole in the wall and one door. And in these circumstances we were spending 4 months of ice around us, and we get only the light and the heat from the fire. And in that time we was all smoking our tobacco piipu and our ukko piipu. And our culture of smoking in Finland was coming up to last century, where Finland was at that time a part of Russia, and Russia had one war with the Turkish. And now in the tropical part of the world planet, we have something called opium. Opium. And opium is coming from one flower, one valmo, or one nature thing would make that when we smoke opium we fall to sleep. And in the tropical we have so hot in the daytime, so the people have to sleep in the middle of the day. People in the tropical get up early in the morning when the sun rises and they get light to do their daily thing. And in the middle of the day they need to sleep. And after this hottest time in the daytime, they get up and they open their shop. This siesta. And for that it has been created, this opium, what was existing in many hundreds of years in all towns in the south, where people went to the opium, smoked it, slept, and get up in the afternoon to go to open their shop. But in Finland, in the north, we have no opium culture at all, because we don't need to sleep in the daytime. We have very short days, especially in winter, spring and autumn, so we have to do our daily thing from the sun go up to the sun go down. In last century, when our officers in Finland had to go to Turkey, they had been getting something called opium. And they come home after the war up to the north, and our people started to wonder what are they smoking in their pipe, who make them to fall to sleep. And that created the first negative what has been created in the north about smoking. Before all smoking was accepted, but after this Turkish-Russian war, up was coming opium to Finland, and we was getting the first negative for our culture, smoking of sleeping. Smoke. In last century, we get in something completely new to Finland called papyrus. And papyrus means that around the tobacco they be making one paper, what we call cigarette today. And this paper is made from pine tree. Now we have two kinds of trees. We have a leaf tree, and inside in the leaf tree is this mahla, we call it. But after we have the pine tree, and inside in pine tree is no mahla. Inside in the pine tree is tar. And this tar we use in Finland, especially when we want to make tar on our houses and on our boats. So we need it for the boat special. If we prepare the wood of the boat with tar, the boat is reaching much many years than without tar. So tar was very important. When the English was making their fleet to conquer the world, they could never have been conquered the world without the Finnish tar. Finland was exporting the tar to England, and they built their fleet, they conquered the world with. Because in England they have no tar, no pine tree for to start to make it for tar for the boat. They have to import all tar to England. And in Finland we had many coast towns who get ordered that now we have to export the tar to England. And thousands of people was ordering to come to something we call miilu. And miilu means where you heat up one piece of pine tree so hot that the pine is started to sipper out from the wood. And that's called tar. Now the paper of the cigarette is made from tar wood, pine wood. So inside is the tar in the paper, and in the leaf, like the tobacco, is the mahla. The mahla called nicotine. Nico, nick, neck, sant, neck, class, sant, nick, neck, nick-u, nicotine. Nicotine is the mahla, and the tar come from the paper. So now, when we was exporting this tar from Finland to England, these men took their small boys with them to their job. And all of them died when they was 30, 35. They knew it when they went to that kind of job, because they took in this tar and they get the cancer, the same thickness as later on spread out from the paper of the cigarette.